Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, today we are starting a new series. It is basically what it is going to be. Does it have a name? Not yet. It is basically me making your life easier when you are looking at a wine list, you're in a wine store. So we are breaking down regions and things to know, things to look out for. What will help you? What are you looking for? Let's talk about wine, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about wine. Okay, so today we are starting with the creme de la creme of the wine nation history. Burgundy. Burgundy, France. Burgundy, France is like the staple. Like, if you think about wine, you think Burgundy. Maybe. Unless you're a peasant. Just kidding. Okay, let's dive right in. Let me just preface this. We're not doing this. We're not talking really about terroir. We're not talking about like appellations and all that stuff. This is very much so if you're looking at a label or like a list, you know what you're getting and what general flavor profiles you're getting. Because what's so great about wine is it is very much climate focused. So really, I mean, vintages will differ, but generally, if you're getting wine from a certain region, it's going to have a pretty similar flavor profile as its previous vintage, I guess. So, let's go. Okay, first things first, we're going to talk about quality when you're looking at labels. So, from worst to best, you're going to see Bourgogne Red, Bourgogne Chardonnay, Bourgogne Pinot Noir. This means that grapes can come from literally anywhere in Burgundy. And they are in that bottle. That doesn't mean it's bad. It's just not going to have as much refinement and elegance and class as their more mature sisters. And then we have our villages. So these are going to be from specific villages that these wines are coming from. Then you have your Premier Cru, which is going to be your like pretty top tier wines. Then you have your Grand Cru. Grand Cru is the best of the best, the creme de la creme of wine. French is very strict with the regulations, so only a few places can really have this. And this comes from like terroir, drainage, sun exposure, facings, and yeah, which we're not going to talk about today because that's really not information that's pertinent really for you. We can go into that in another video. Just let me know. Burgundy, they only make two things really: Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. Chardonnay is white, Pinot Noir is red. Amazing. So we're gonna start from the north side of Burgundy and work our way down. Okay? In the north, we have Chablis. Chablis, if you see it on the label, is literally going to be 100% Chardonnay. They are very citrus fruit forward. You can kind of, not really, but sometimes get some unripe stone fruit. They're going to have a medium-ish body. They're very refreshing. They're very crisp. They're perfect for a beach. They're perfect for a salad with cheese on it, salad with nuts on it, fish, because high acid wines pair very well with acidic dishes because the acid goes away in the wine if you're eating it with an acidic dish. Fun fact. Usually it's a pretty good bang for your buck. Similarities would be to a Chablis, I would say like a Dundee Hills in Oregon Chardonnay. You could argue maybe an Albarino from Rio Spicious is like a more stone fruit forward Chablis. Higher quality Maconnais. We'll get there. Okay, next area. So we have the very fancy Cote d'Or It's in the southeast of Burgundy. It has great sort of elevation. It has a really controlled climate, so the grapes are really getting their full ripeness and getting all their nutrients and really finding all their complexity while hanging on to the acidity that French Burgundies love. There are two sections of the Cote d'Or. Since we were just talking about Chardonnay in Chablis, which we will talk about Cote de Beaune. Cote de Beaune is going to be your white wines. You can think about this Beaunne. Beaune. Bones are what? They are white. White wine comes from the Cote de Beaune. Places that you will see on labels are going to be Pommard, Volnay, and Beaune. Chardonnay. These are the best. These are the best. They are literally the best wines you can get. They are going to retain their high acidity. They're going to be citrus forward. They're going to have a medium, can arguably, depending on your full body, but I would say medium. They're going to have a touch of some like clove from some barrel aging. They're going to have a little yeast stirring. You can get some biscuit notes. It's just like soft. And they're not like egregious like in California Napa Chardonnay. They're like soft, they're delicate, they're refined, and then the acidity just really like takes your mouth on a journey. And they're amazing. Now above that, so the Cote de Beaune is in the south. Above that is the Cote de Nuits. Nuit means night. So what is dark? Let's see. Night is dark. Red is kind of dark. Pinot Noir. So the Cote de Nuits is known for their Pinot Noirs. So if you're looking for a Chardonnay, you see one of those names, Cote de Beaune. If you're looking for a Pinot Noir, Cote de Nuits. Cote de Nuits Pinot Noirs are going to be a little expensive, but you can sometimes find a deal. So Cote de Nuits. Pinot Noirs are going to be, they're really going to sing in that red fruit. Can do some raspberry, but like cranberry, pomegranate, red plum. Not so much plum, but like sometimes. They're definitely going to get their basil. They're definitely going to get that barrel aging. So you're going to get some clove, some like warm cooking spices, which is really delightful. These wines still have acidity, medium body, and they're very easy drinking, but they also can really pair well with food. So a Pinot Noir from Burgundy, what's so great about Burgundian wines is they don't need food, whereas some other regions, I would argue, do. But Pinot Noirs are going to pair well with foods. You can do the foods with like high acidity. You can do chicken. You can do some more meatier steaks. You can kind of do pasta, but it really depends on what kind of pasta. If you're doing like super heavy, you're gonna want something that's a little more poignant in flavor profile. Pinot Noirs are delicate. They're fragile creatures. The great thing about Pinot Noirs from the Cote de Nuits is that like if they're aged a little bit, they get this like really rounded depth of flavor, like some mushroom, forest floor. Now I might say forest floor, and you're like, absolutely not. Trust me, you'll like it. Okay, so the regions in the Cote de Nuits. So we have Nuits-Saint-Georges, Gevrey-Chambertin, and Romaine. Not Domaine, Romaine. Those are the regions that would be probably the most popular. So these are, again, the best of the wines that are made. So the Cote d'Or is the whole section. You'll find wines that say Cote d'Or, and that's fine. Those are still quite amazing. And then smaller, you got the Cote de Nuits, Night, Pinot Noir, Cote de Beaune, Chardonnay. Bones are white. All right, and then one more section, moving a little bit further south, we have the Maconnais, or the Macon. These are going to be your Chardonnays as well. As we've been talking about citrus fruit, high acidity, this is still going to be very much the flavor profile, but now we're going to venture into a little bit more stone fruit. The Macon is a little bit warmer, so we're getting a little more ripeness in the grapes, which results into a little bit of different flavors. For ranking, where we listed so far, the Macon probably has the lowest grade, one could say. But their wines are still really good. If you see them in a store, knock your socks off. They're gonna be a little more stone fruity. So I think like a Albarino from Rio Spicious is gonna taste, it's like a little bit better. It's a little more refinement than like a Macon Chardonnay, but not as good as a Chablis. Huh? Makes sense? So that is Burgundy. So if you see some things like Cote d'Or, Cote de Nuits, Cote de Beaune, Chablis, you know it's 100% Chardonnay, because usually Chablis like don't say, like it just says Chablis, like Shablam. Hello. And you're like sitting there, well, what is that? 100% Chardonnay, high acidity, citrus fruits. Do you feel smarter? I hope you do, because that's some good information. If you found this video helpful in any way, shape, or form, you could do something cool and like it, and then maybe subscribe to the channel if you want to see more things like it. And I'll be here giving you that. Okay? But I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, depending on where you view my face from. But without further ado, this is your boy Jacob Moore signing out, saying goodbye. Party.